Hey, yeah, it's me again in the dark doing my blog. It's the 2nd of January. Back at work today after a couple of days off, and it was suitably rubbish, as you'd expect. Absolutely horrendously, crappily rubbish. And I was knackered and tired and knackered and tired and knackered. And I was thinking of doing some reviews of some of these books that I got for Christmas. Because I said on my sort of geeky blog that I would do that, and yeah, suffered a case of the tiredness and the can I be bothered and will it be worth the effort kind of vibe. I might get around. I will get around to it. I will get around to it. I will eventually, but just no rush. You know what I mean? Right then. So yeah, work again tomorrow. Boo. Then I got Thursday off though, and a half day Friday, half day Saturday, and I got a week off. Yeah, I got a week off. Keep wondering if the post office is going to announce our closure again anytime soon. It got suspended last time we were supposed to be closed. They sort of had to change their minds for a while, but it's definitely not a permanent thing. We have no idea when we're going to find out when it's actually going to happen. But yeah, anyway, we'll find out when we find out. Stop worrying about it. It's just one of those things hanging over your head and making you wonder all the time. Anyway, let's just do the history on this day and a poem for you. Right, so the 2nd of January. On this day in 1492, Moorish Granada falls, completing the reconquest of Spain by Christian monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella. Alright, okay. And in 1905, the Russian fleet at Port Arthur, China, surrenders to the Japanese, a shock to established world order. Okay, fair enough. And on this day in 1969, media tycoon Rupert Murdoch wins control of News of the World, his first Fleet Street paper. Was that really that huge a day in history? Maybe. Oh well. Apparently so. I'm sure there must be more important things or interesting things than that happened on the 2nd of January in the whole of history. But, well, who knows. Anyway, we've got a poem here for you now by Jory Graham called Prayer. It's looking like a bit of a convoluted poem, this one. I'll get into it in a minute. Prayer, Minnows, was written as a turn of the millennium poem for the New York Times op-ed page and was originally dated 12/31/00. So 31st of. This was from the 31st of December 2000. Okay, it's before 2001 came around. Okay. Yeah, it's by this lady, Jory Graham, who was born in 1950. Alright, so prayer. Over a dock railing I watched the minnows, thousands, swirl themselves, each a minuscule muscle, but also without the way to create current, making of their unison, turning, re-enfolding, entering and exiting their own unison in unison, making of themselves a visual current, one that cannot freight or sway by minutest fractions the water's downdrafts and upswirls, the dockside cycles of finally arriving boat wakes. There where they hit deeper resistance, water that seems to burst into itself, it has those layers. A real current though, mostly invisible, sending into the visible minnows air in motion that forces change. This is freedom. This is the force of faith. Nobody gets what they want. Never again are you the same. The longing is to be pure. What you get is to be changed, more and more by each glistening minute. Through which infinity threads itself, also oblivion of course, the aftershocks of something at sea. Here, hands full of sand, letting it sift through in the wind, I look in and say this is what I have saved. Take this, hurry, and if I listen now, listen, I was not saying anything. It was only something I did. I could not choose words. I am free to go. I cannot of course come back, not to this, never. It is a ghost posed on my lips. Here. Never. Okay. That was prayer. Had some interesting imagery, I'd say. Some interesting imagery going on in it. And, yeah. So the minnows swimming around in the current, creating their own looking current, but a visible current because you can see they're moving around. But the actual current of the water that they're in, they don't make any change to that water, but the water and the eddies in the water make changes to them and their patterns. And I get the feeling she was, I don't know, extrapolating that or likening that to her own situation, but where she was, I don't know, dropping water, sand through her hands. I don't know, it was really strange. She's got an idea there's some kind of correlation supposed to be going on between her life looking into the pool, into the water, and the minnows in the water being buffeted by the eddies around her. Them, I don't know. Whatever. I have no idea. I thought too long about that one, and yeah, I don't know. So I don't know why I'm probably thinking about it. Anyway, that's me for today. I will go now. I've had enough blogging for today. Time for some Betty Pies. Anyway, cheerio.